And welcome back once again to our continuing election night coverage. Let's go straight to one of the biggest races we've been following. The race between Martin Heinrich and Heather Wilson for U.S. Senate. And right now it looks like Heather Wilson trailing 9 points behind Martin Heinrich. This has kind of been the story throughout the whole campaign, the whole election cycle. She's had a really hard time catching up with Martin Heinrich. News 13's Kim Vyas has been following this race. She's live at Republican headquarters. Kim?
Well, Jessica, there is a lot of optimism here at the Republican Party, despite those numbers that are out. As you said, Heather Wilson has been trailing in the polls throughout this race, but she has never wavered. She has fought a very hard race. She arrived here just a short time ago here at the Marriott. She seems cautiously optimistic. Now, her visit here downstairs was very brief. She came in, she shook hands, she talked to some people, and just thanked them for all their hard work in this campaign. She then went up to the podium and spoke very briefly.
Thank you all for your hard work. You've done a wonderful job. We will be going upstairs shortly to watch the returns and come back down when things look clearer, but you know, this is a very important night for our country and a very important night for our state. I just wanted to thank all of you who are here tonight. God bless you.
Now, Heather Wilson was whisked away very quickly. She shook some hands on the way out, greeted people who have helped her in her campaign, but then she did go straight upstairs. We asked her how she was feeling, how she was doing. She really wasn't up for doing interviews, didn't have anything really to say. But there is, again, a lot of optimism here. Congressman Steve Pierce spoke with us via Skype from Hobbs with his family. Obviously, he's been called in that race. Also, Janice Arnold-Jones going for the 1st Congressional District. She is here. She's been on the floor a lot. Despite that race being called, she is not giving up. She is not willing to concede. So again, despite some of the early poll numbers, there is a lot of optimism still here. Everybody is saying this is going to be a very long night, especially being that a lot of the people in Rio Rancho, which is heavily Republican, their ballots still haven't even been cast. So again, everybody's holding out for the very last count. Back to you.
Thank you, Kim. Again, Heather Wilson down 9 points to Martin Heinrich. News 13 anchor Dick Niffing and political analyst Gabe Sanchez have been following results closely all night. They're live in the Newsplex.
Well, these results are pretty much what the polls have been throughout this campaign, Gabe.
Absolutely. I mean, we're basically seeing what we've seen the last few weeks with the polling numbers, right about, exactly where we've been seeing it.
It's too soon to say that Martin Heinrich has won this race, but, we're moving in that direction unless she shows some dramatic surge someplace.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Rio Rancho still out there. That's a good sign for her, but keep in mind also we've got northern New Mexico that hasn't come in, particularly Santa Fe County. That's going to break very heavily
None of those
for Heinrich.
counties are in.
So we're not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
But it's getting that close. And let's take a look at those two Albuquerque races. Proposition, the minimum wage, that's passed overwhelmingly tonight. And the Paseo bond issue, which is that bond issue there, that's also passed overwhelmingly tonight. So those are done. We're still waiting on that Senate race, maybe a while yet. Back to you, Jess.
Thank you, Dick. And of course, keep it here for the latest results. Look at the bottom of your screen. We'll be back here in a half hour. Stay with us.